You can still feel the electricity in the building after Friday night's improbable comeback victory. But that was then. This is now. Another challenge awaits for Phoenix with another Western Conference opponent on tap. It's the Suns and the Spurs here on Arizona's Family Sports. Well, a Sunday fun day for you, gang. Glad you could join us. I got the smooth shooter, Eddie Johnson. I'm Kevin Ray. We'll check in with Amanda Pflugrad here shortly. Well, I mean, just mind-boggling to see how the Suns were able to come back and steal that team no quit. It seemed secured for Minnesota, but then all of a sudden the clutch gene kicked in.
Yeah, K-Ray, you don't win a game like this unless it's a perfect storm. And that's what we saw the other night. The rebound, Royce O'Neal. I mean, inside, just that part right there. Then Collin overplaying and didn't step out of bounds. And then Dylan Brooks noticing that Goodwin was open. Like everything flowed. And then Randall trying to beat three guys off the dribble. And then even right here, Anthony Edwards can normally block a shot like that, and Goodwin took it away. And then look, the last part right here. The switch off to get McDaniels off of him, Gillespie, and then he takes advantage of, oh man, it was just unbelievable. That was a perfect storm in how to steal a basketball game.
Yes, indeed. But of course, the game winner doesn't happen without drawing up the call and then, of course, ultimately the execution.
Yeah, and here it is again, right? So, you know, I was hoping that Collins got the ball. And when he got it, you got to get McDaniels off of it. So now the out-of-bounds guy, right? Goodwin comes over and sets the screen. Now, DiVincenzo's got to defend one-on-one. They're not going to run. They're not going to double him. And then this is his spot. Like, we've seen Collin Gillespie enough to know that this shot right here is easy meat, as we call it, for him. And he got it done, and then the celebration begun.
First official career game winner. Something tells me it will not be the last for that guy. Absolute villain junior role. Well, along with the heroics from that trio, setting themselves up to make that late run was the outings by the villain himself, who continues to be the great antagonizer of opponents, and the big man, Mark Williams, who solidified the Phoenix paint productivity. Another fun day battle. It's the Suns and the Spurs. They'll tip it off next here on Arizona's Family Sports.
With Collin holding court, on the court for the Suns, the team is a plus 97.
That's pretty good.
Is that good?
Yeah.
So they're outscoring their opponent by 97. That is really
It's unbelievable. Whew. Tough dude, man.
Yeah. Well, Hornito's flashback, we saw signs of Collin Gillespie and how he has that clutch gene.
Colin, you want to get to your right hand? Sure. All right. Got enough time for that? Yep. Let's go Colin here. We're going to zip you up, Colin. You got to get him open, though. Let's go home! Go home! Say hello.
That's when we should have known who Villain Jr. was.
And it's awesome because in practice, they don't call fouls really. So Dylan was just holding him every which way he possibly could.
Exactly.
You know, fouling him. He couldn't catch him on the shot, but that's really good stuff right there.
And then Coach Ott draws up another play for Collin Gillespie, this time for reals.
For realsies.
For realsies.
Yeah.
That one really counted. So does that kind of camaraderie and bonding.
Yeah. Amanda holding court.
Basketball is sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. Play your game. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Fry's Food Stores, fresh for everyone. And by Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Achieve legendary status. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos.
K-Ray getting ready for his first shot. Here are the Hero Bread starting lineups. Suns and Spurs in downtown Phoenix. And a change in the Suns starting lineup as Jordan Goodwin is in there. With Ryan Dunn out, it's Fox, Vassell, Champagnie, Barnes, and Cornette for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Amanda.
Now, we saw firsthand both the love and support that this Suns team has for one another following Colin Gillespie's game winner against Minnesota. And Jalen Green weighed in just on the overall vibes of this Suns group and how they've been able to find success early on. He said everyone plays an important role, from the starters to the last man. We're all talking, we're all communicating, and we're all on the same page. It's really a beautiful thing, and when you get out on the floor, you feel the energy and good vibes. Speaking of good vibes and support, our broadcast team has that too, and our very own Kevin Ray is shooting the first shot here tonight, so we're sending good vibes his way.
All right, Tom Leander along with EJ, Eddie Johnson. K-Ray with the first shot. Oh! Oh yeah, try it again. Does the second one count, Eddie?
Did he make it?
No.
Oh.
No. Did they make him shoot that little tiny ball? No wonder.
Well, I tell you all what, I'm going to protect K-Ray. They called me up today, and they said, Eddie, we want you to do it. And I said, I am tight as I don't know what. I'm not going out there. I said, send K-Ray. No, I didn't say send K-Ray, but he was second in line.
That shot brought to you by Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Gila River Resorts and Casinos will be making a $1,000 donation to the Phoenix Suns Phoenix Mercury Foundation on behalf of Kevin Ray. And you know what, Eddie, you got to take off the sport coat. TC and I thought he should have a muscle shirt on shooting that thing.
Well, he probably should have, if he'd gone out there and showed his body off, they wouldn't have cared.
Exactly. Nobody would have watched the shot.
They probably wouldn't even seen the free throw. They would have just saw that tight, that just body that he's got, Hercules.
Oh, goodness
Back
gracious.
to you, my guy, K-Ray.
Thank you for covering, boys. Sorry I could not come through.
That's all right, man. That's pressure, man.
Let me tell you. Brooks lines up the quick early three. And Goody getting the start tonight with a quick putback.
And undervalued is his ability to get in there and rebound, along with Collins.
Like you say, he and Collin are two of the better guard rebounding combos inside. Is Luke Cornett, who did not play in that first meeting between these two teams. And he presents kind of a different and unique big man, certainly by comparison from what Wimby brings to the table. Brooks really able to spin inside.
In a lot of ways, a lot of the same problems. He's a very good pick and roll guy, and you get him at the rim, it's just tough to deal with.
Here is Harrison Barnes. Year 14, having another outstanding season. Scored 16 in their win Thursday against Atlanta.
Ultimate professional. That's basically it when you think about Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, career best from the three-point line and from the field last season for Barnes. And Booker unable to connect to the little mid-range.
Yeah, I expect Devin to be aggressive here early. He already knows that wasn't a Devin Booker game, but the W was great.
Here's the guy you got to be wary of, and of course, more shot attempts for Devin Vassell.
Well, he and Keldon Johnson. I think those two are the ones. Now, De'Aaron Fox don't get his numbers. Historically against us, he normally does. But Suns have to find a way to really control Vassell and Keldon Johnson off the bench.
Booker able to get to the elbow, and good to see an early one go down for number one.
We've seen it before, right? When he has a subpar game, he comes out and he just puts up a huge number.
Fox able to get back to that left hand and get the contact foul from Brooks.
Yeah, Dylan tried to get away with, a little push in the back, tap in the back, whatever you want to call it. De'Aaron Fox is a problem. The Suns have had historically a tough time with him. And so they're going to really have to concentrate and make sure that he doesn't take control of this game in 3 levels.
Let's see the 38-year-old coach, Mitch Johnson. First full season, second season is Jordan Ott trying to get his team to, get games like Friday night. And you can speak to this because you've been at so many of them, but, there's not very many games in the course of a regular season that you feel that adrenaline rush and you don't want it to end, but you got to quickly get refocused because this is a different animal here tonight.
Doubly refocused because Wembanyama's not here. Castle's not here. Dylan Harper's not here. So these are guys that they don't have. You can't think that just because they're short in regards to bodies that you can beat them easily.
Fox running O'Neal off the line. Comes inside with a little floater, but Dylan Brooks playing the big body, gets the tip in. Vassell puts it on the deck. Again, Mark Williams up for the challenge on anybody out on the perimeter. As Booker tying up Barnes. Barnes able to follow it up as that loose ball got knocked out of his hands. Williams pinning down the smaller defender. Gets inside, muscles it past Cornette. Will get the whistle and get himself to the free throw line.
And I think that's a key there, right? Mark Williams sprinting down the floor and making Cornette run.
Let's get a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your Valley Chevy dealers.
It's pretty obvious, limit turnovers. I mean, that game the other night, like again, we don't understand how the Suns won the game based just on turnovers. And just what we just saw, attack the interior. Get the ball down to Mark Williams, get it to Nick Richards, get it to Oso. They get good post-ups, go right at it, force them to have to really defend down low.
Williams able to get the pair. His free throw shooting has been exceptional. Maybe I should have worked with Mark before.
Keeps him on the floor.
7 of 8 for the game on Friday night. Part of his 19-point outing.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter, K-Ray, it'll keep him on the floor.
Yeah.
Because his ability to knock down the free throw.
Booker gets a screen, passes up the three, going right at Cornette, hits the deck, and we'll get the whistle and the foul. Our officiating crew tonight, Sean Wright, his 21st season, 104 playoff games under his belt, including 3 NBA Finals, J.B. DeRosa in his 9th season, and John Butler in year 7.
But the key for the Suns tonight, too, and I could have listed that as well, is to get deep into their bench. Right, by having so many key guys out, it's guys that don't normally play a ton of minutes that they might have to go with. Right now, as I said, Keldon Johnson is a problem, right, and Sohan is a problem, but not offensively, but just defensively. So I think that's going to be the key: is get deep in that bench and really try to take advantage of it.
Booker with a pair. 7 of 9 for the line on Friday nights. And then a delayed whistle there from Sean Wright. That'll be charged against Booker, who fouled out. One of the few times in his career that Book has fouled out, with he and Brooks fouling out of that game on Friday night.
And there was a foul out that was not a foul.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, he's standing in front of a guy to block him out, and yet they call foul.
Hey, how tall? 7 foot. 7'2", but he's boxing him out.
And he's falling down. Like, if I'm an official and you're going to tell me Devin Booker can knock Rudy Gobert down, you know there's some embellishment going on.
So Cornette goes to the line. He's the guy that comes in after spending the 3 years with the Celtics, winning an NBA championship, got himself a 4-year contract with $40 million. As we get a look at the health update, brought to you by Banner Health, official healthcare partner of the Phoenix Suns.
Well, I mean, quick substitution there from Jordan. Obviously, this was discussed before the game because there's no way Royce O'Neal goes into a game thinking he's going to get subbed out in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So obviously, that was the conversation.
Yeah, you would expect, because of the shorthandedness and the front end of a back-to-back, that the rotations will change a little bit. Booker rising up over Cornette. That one just a little too strong as Champagnie grabbed the rebound. Fox pulls for the quick three. 39% on the season. Since the start of the season with that hamstring injury. As he comes back, and then they lose Wemby now for a few weeks. Brooks driving into the defense.
That's been his shot. You expect that to go down.
Fox trying to get something going with Barnes. Worked it against the smaller Gillespie. And Collins says, oh, goodness.
That's a delayed foul if I've ever seen one. I mean, what was he over there doing? Eating popcorn? Then turned his head and said, oh, foul.
Yeah, it looked like maybe caught the hand just before the ball.
Well, I mean, okay, he fouled him, but it's just the delayedness of it. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of fouls we see during the course of a game and we wish that they would have a delay call on it, and they don't call it. So I'm just curious why he delayed it.
Hey, you take Sohan. You right here.
I'm sure he'll tell me.
Barnes shooting 93% on the season, missing on the first. You've got 3 straight games of 16 or more points.
Who's going to step up for the Suns besides the obvious tonight? That's going to be what will be interesting.
Vassell extended the defense there on Gillespie. Gets it into the hands now of Booker as Jeremy Sohan is checked into the game for San Antonio. Touch pass, Livers to Brooks. Lines up the 3-0. Rebound, Williams got a hand on it, but it's Vassell who controls for San Antonio. On the attack, won't get it. Back tap into the hands of Booker. Suns running in transition the opposite direction. Gillespie sets up the flyby, lines up the 3-ball. Vassell on a drive. That's an easy offensive foul call.
With Vassell, you can catch him with that too. I mean, he's an offensive-minded guy. And Collins set him up.
Timeout on the floor. Spurs by 2. That. And you know, a work of art when you see it.
Well, you notice he's on balance taking that shot. He's not off balance. You know, you got a little fadeaway. You shoot that ball when you're basically still in between jumping up and falling backwards. And he got a great look. I felt like when he had that shot, I'm like, that's going in.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no doubt. I was more worried after that in getting back defensively.
Well, because we saw Randall hit him with a game winner last year up in Minneapolis. And when Edwards got rid of the rock into the hands of Randall, it was almost like a flashback there from the target center.
But again, Ryan Dunn jumped to his left hand, and that was great.
Swing it over to Amanda.
Well, following that game winner, Colin spoke about the no-quit mentality in this Suns team. And he said if there's time left on the clock, you always have a chance. Crazier things have happened. We continue to fight to the very last second. The competitive spirit that we have as a team really started in training camp and even in the summer. We got a good group of guys that want to win basketball games. And he said, I don't think anyone thinks that we are out until the final horn sounds.
Yeah, I think if the fans haven't figured that out by now, I think they certainly will stay locked in the future as Barnes able to squeeze between the two Suns defenders. The Suns had 19 made threes in the first meeting between these two clubs. They're still trying to find the bottom of the net for their first one here tonight. 0 of 6. Brooks driving inside on Barnes. Can't get it, fighting with a loose ball. Williams snares it, gets a reset on the shot clock. Brooks lines up the 3-ball.
Yeah, everything's short right now.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, every Sun that has taken a shot out there has hit the front of the rim.
Sohan driving, lost the handle, and able to get it up and over Williams. Suns were wanting a double dribble there, but J.B. DeRosa, baseline official, says no. 10-0 San Antonio run. As Sohan extended the defense, another long-arm defender.
Well, that's what he does. Right? So, not going to take a lot of shots. He's out there to try to harass Devin. They looked at film.
Yeah.
They looked at what McDaniels did defensively on Devin, and I think the league knows. Is it more the defender that slowed Devin up, or is it Devin just had an off night? I guess we'll see.
Yeah, and I would say it was probably a little bit of both. 9 turnovers on the night for Book. Did have the, and Brooks able to get inside and stop the scoring run there of San Antonio. The Suns had missed their previous 9 as Olynyk lunging into Brooks, and that's going to be a second personal foul here in the first on Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, I was getting ready to blurt out, don't be aggressive with a guy like Olynyk that's not going to try to, he can't beat you off the dribble from half court. And
well, and Olynyk's one of those crafty veterans. He's not quick enough, but he gives you that herky-jerky stuff and keeps you off balance enough, and you get that kind of foul call.
Well, he can't hurt you. Like, that's when you just say, okay, I'll back up a little bit. And and hope that he wants to be aggressive offensively.
Right.
Like sometimes you have a guy that has the ball, you like hope that they shoot. You like hope that they try to penetrate and make a pass.
Olynyk's minutes have picked up, obviously, in the absence of Wembanyama.
Dylan Brooks got to be careful here. He's going to be needed.
Weldon Johnson going body to body with Brooks. He'll get the whistle and a foul. That'll be the third team foul. Suns in the penalty, so San Antonio shooting free throws the rest of the way. Brooks continues to put together a remarkable campaign. His first here in Suns colors. 20+ points in 3 of the last 4 games. Fastest in team history with 200 points and 25 made 3-pointers. It came through the first 10 games of the season. David Jones-Garcia.
Yeah,
another one that did not play. Yeah. Well, he had a breakout game against Atlanta. Highs on the season as Vassell able to rein in the mid-range jumper. Garcia, rookie, undrafted out of Memphis. Booker got the defender Olynyk on his heels. Too strong with the 3-ball. Livers trying to back tap it. He did, but a collision with Olynyk will result in another foul.
2 players going for the ball. I think sometimes you fish, you got to reward the guy that's showing you more hustle to get to a ball. I just actually thought Livers had a great opportunity just to do exactly what he did, and that's tap the ball away.
Free throws 9 and 10 here in the first. Yeah, a little forearm shiver there. A couple of guys in street clothes you'd love to see in uniform. Jalen is still a number of weeks out for Ryan. Hopefully it's something that won't linger too long. You say front end of a back-to-back with Houston coming to town tomorrow night. First matchup against the Rockets. So they will be without Kevin Durant. That came down late this afternoon. He is not going to join the team due to personal reasons. Gillespie on the drive and kick. Livers on the attack. Lights inside. Terrific finish by Livers. And you can see right there, the scouting report said he'll shoot the 3, and he drove right around 2 defenders.
Well, he has the ability to do that. I just think, again, it's about confidence with him. His minutes, obviously, when your minutes are up and down, you know, and you kind of hesitate and you kind of tend to lock yourself into a certain position on the floor. But right there, made up his mind that he's going to get to the rim.
Gillespie on the drive, going on the attack against Jones-Garcia. Fans wanted a foul, will get it. Tremendous summer league. He was first team honors, averaged almost 22 points per game for David Jones-Garcia, 6'4". Booker driving inside, tried to punch it down, but right now that rim just not cooperating with Phoenix here in this first quarter. As Vassell tied up. Ball clearly looked like it bounced off of Vassell, who was on his back near the baseline. Well, you knew San Antonio was going to come in here with a different mindset, Wemby or no Wemby, just because of the way the Suns handled them. Yeah. And Mitch Johnson talked about it before the game. Said it was really the first and only game this season that we just got pumped basically from start to finish. Fox fires a 3. They're trying to shake the defender, Sohan. Gillespie pocket pass inside the rolling Iguodala. Nice little up and under for Oso.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox didn't want any part of that.
Olynyk passing inside now to Sohan. Livers with great help defense, and then a collision between Booker and Sohan. Even numbers, 4-on-4. Goodwin cutting baseline. Gillespie squares, fires, can't get it. Back tap into the hands of Booker.
Devin can get a foul on Sohan. He's so aggressive with him right now. He's got to just go under his arms.
Shot clock winding down. Livers squares and connects. 3-ball corner pocket. Timeout, San Antonio.
Livers from the weak side delivers, and then on the other side he says, I got a 2-for-1.
The neighborhoods across the valley to celebrate you, our fans. Join us for food, music, Suns fun, and Arizona pride. To find a Valley meetup near you, visit suns.com/Valley Meetups. You know, Suns shooting just 29%, but they've got 11 more shot attempts each, and they've outscored San Antonio 7-2 in second chance points as a result.
Well, you got to believe over the period of a game, if they're getting that many shots, their shots are going to start to fall. The key here is just don't allow them to build a lead based on your inability to knock down a shot right now. So defense is vitally important.
Well, and you knew even with the Suns' injuries, no Grayson Allen, who knocked down 5 in that first meeting. The Suns able to turn him over, but they're going to get a kick, says the outside official, John Butler. But you knew San Antonio was going to be ultra focused on that three-point line tonight for Phoenix.
Yeah, well, without a doubt. The way the Suns have been shooting the ball and the way the Suns play, but again, can they continue to track me? That's the key.
Fox finds Champagnie. And this guy has turned in almost exclusively a three-point shooter. 77% of his shots this season are coming from behind the stripe.
To me, you're guardable, and the Suns got to know that from their scouting report.
Yeah, that's up from 72% last year. It's Goodwin on the drive. Goody getting the start tonight. 37th career start. He started 5 for LA last season after he was picked up late. Champagnie on the drive, drops it off inside to Cornet.
Make that.
Yeah.
And again, you're not going to block it. So
Cornet had some key moments in his 3-year run with Boston. Drop off in traffic. Iguodaro finds the open shooter. That's Colin Gillespie, and he's a good one.
He made the adjustment. You can just tell when the ball left his hand, he got more arc on it. First few shots, it hit the front of the rim.
He is the best catch and shoot three-point specialist in the league at 53%. Colin Gillespie. Colin driving, making contact with Jones Garcia. Iguodaro will pull it out as we're just under a minute to go here in the first. Goodwin floating across the lane. Sheldon Johnson.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, if you're Goodwin, you got to use that backboard. You know, then you're not shooting at a moving target.
Johnson using that big body, gets inside, finds Champagnie for the corner look.
You just got to know, if you're guarding the guy, you just got to know that he's not running to the board for a rebound. He's just staying out there. You just can't give up too much space.
Gillespie hung up in the air, finds Booker left wing. Too strong with that offering. Ball batted around, and Cornet finally able to rip it away. And Spurs will get the final shot of the quarter, leading by 3. Goodwin going for the steal. Fox inside, and also going for the steal, and instead he'll get hit with the personal foul. That'll put Fox at the free throw line. Five points on the night for Fox. Just his 13th game. Or I beg your pardon, just his 8th game.
And it's always easy for a lot of people to say, oh, they don't need him, when they were seeing how well the young guards were playing. And I'm like, well, I'll tell you, some people had that forgetful gene. I mean, This dude is a flat-out player, and so they do need him, and need it specifically for what he provides over the course of 48 minutes, an ability to score consistently.
Well, and look, it's a combination of needing him as Gillespie gets one away. Good if it goes. Tantalizingly close for Collin. 5-point game as we have reached the end of the first here in downtown Phoenix. Spurs in front 30-25. You're watching Phoenix Suns basketball on Arizona's Family Sports. Matchup. Got the smooth shooter Eddie Johnson and Suns and Mercury owner Matt Ishbia. Great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And you know, we were laughing before the game. It was like you could almost still feel the lingering effects of the electricity from what we witnessed on Friday night.
Yeah, no, it's great. The fans were great. The team was great. They're competing, and that was a fun game to watch, definitely. And always more fun when we pull out the win.
And Matt, I tweeted out to the fans. I said, you know, that's your early Christmas gift, because that was near perfection in regards to how you can come back and steal a basketball game.
Yeah, absolutely. It was perfect finish, but you know you have to never give up. You have to keep competing the whole time to even put yourself in that position. So kudos to the players, and I'm glad the fans were enjoying it. I enjoyed it too. It was a heck of a game.
You know, not that that's the only game, but in a lot of ways, when you look at just that last 40 seconds, it really encompasses a lot about what you, Brian, Josh, and Jordan have talked about Suns DNA. And if you can, kind of explain that to the fans, like, what does the Suns DNA with this team moving forward mean?
Yeah, you know, in the offseason we talked a lot about, you know, creating an identity, the vision for the organization, and I took blame for not doing a good enough job doing that the first couple years. So now we put it in place, and our identity, our vision, what we're about, you're starting to see. Competitiveness, grit. We're not going to win 82 games, but we're going to play extremely hard. We're going to never give up. We're going to rebound. We're going to defend. We're going to have fun out there. They're going to be connected, and hopefully you're starting to see that. And usually that turns into wins too, which we're seeing too.
Yeah, and Matt, you used the word connected, because I think a lot of fans in general, and even myself, after playing so many years, I'm amazed at how quickly this group of guys have really combined themselves together with the enthusiasm that they show on the bench and then after games.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a great job. Give them credit for being here a lot during the summer, but also Coach Ott. He's done a great job, his staff, and they are connected. They're working together. They love each other, which is not that common all the time. And so it's been fun to watch, and we're going to hopefully keep it going.
Well, this guy has been at the top of the list in terms of fun to watch. And you know, he kind of teased us the last 10 or 15 games of the season last year. But just talk about the work put in by Colin Gillespie in the offseason. Yeah,
Colin's just an all-around dog. He competes every game right there. You know, he's always competing, trying to make things happen. And that's what we're about here. The Suns, that's what we're about. We have that DNA, that competition, and Colin epitomizes it in a wonderful way. Obviously played great last game, but he's been playing great all season. And even last year, you saw some of it. But this season has been great and giving us an opportunity to really compete at a high level.
We were kind of laughing. We might need to change baskets. This basket is not cooperating with us right now.
Yeah, you know what? But if you look at it, I don't think we have a turnover yet. We're rebounding well. We're just not making our shots. That will come around. We're gonna make our shots. You know, but right now,
there you go.
Well. Yep, there, exactly, on cue.
But you have to be really thankful for the contributions. And look, Jalen has been out with his injury, but Dylan Brooks coming over, just showing that leadership, taking some responsibility a little bit away from Devin, so it's not all on him to just galvanize these guys. And a lot of them now, they're playing like he does out there on the court.
Yeah, Dylan's been a culture changer, a game changer. Every single game, he raises the level of everyone else. You got to compete at a high level when you're out there with him. He plays hard, gritty, all the things we've been talking about. And I love having him here. Couldn't be happier with him.
You know, I tell you what, he is certainly surprised, I think, a lot of folks, as Carter Bryant too strong with that three-point offering. And Ej and I have talked about this a number of times about Dylan, you know, how I think certainly broadcasters, fans, a lot of people are guilty of, you know, what you see on the floor is what they're like as a person. And Dylan couldn't be any more different. I mean, the game is a theater for him. Off the court, one of the nicest guys you're going to be around.
Yeah, he's one of the best guys, absolutely. And
time out on the floor, Matt. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. Love the Suns DNA. Right now, Suns trailing the Spurs 36-29, 9 to go here in the second. Friday against Minnesota, gets the go-ahead bucket, 6 seconds left. And if it reminded you of somebody, well, there's a good reason for that.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a few things with Steve. And how he goes and creates layups, one hand leaning in. And yeah, that's the picture perfect. Collins got a little bit more lean in it, so if we want to break him down, we got to send that to him. The perfection, not yet, but it was perfect enough to make.
That Nash bucket, by the way, January 3rd, 2007 at Toronto. That came with 12 seconds left.
But I'll
More
say this.
on it. Go ahead.
I'll say this. He's got some Steve Nash in him.
Oh, yeah.
But he's got a lot of John Stockton in him, too.
Yeah, you mentioned that a few times.
And I'm just telling you, I mean, just his effort, his hustle, his toughness defensively. Like, he doesn't back down from anybody. And we've seen his ability to rebound.
Swing it over to Amanda.
Well, on Media Day, I spoke to Colin about Steve Nash, and he said, look, I grew up watching him. I was a big fan of his game from afar. Now with him being in open gyms, I get to pick his brain a little bit more and just getting his perspective of being a smaller guard and what he sees. Now, Colin also said that his mom was the one that texted him about Nash rejoining the Suns, and she was super excited. She told him to take advantage of it and not be hesitant to ask him as many questions as he could.
Yeah, well, and the luxury now for Colin is the fact that Steve is a part of this organization. Get a chance to be at practice from time to time. He's got broadcasting obligations now, but still lives here in the Valley as Oso takes a pass inside, left it short.
I mean, everybody's missing for the Suns right now. It doesn't matter, inside, outside.
There's Carter Bryant, the rookie first-round pick out of the University of Arizona. Fox able to slip past Richards, and Cornette's inside.
You know, that's just bad communication, because Nick Richards is out there guarding somebody's man, and yet Cornette is the biggest guy probably in 20 square miles. They allow him to be wide open.
O'Neal is going to square up and fire a deep three, and cashes in. Boyce, another tremendous outing Friday night to Champagnie. A rarity running off the three-point line, cutting baseline.
Cornette is being a problem. Okay, so passing the ball, setting screens. How many minutes can he play? That's going to be the key with him.
Yeah, averaging about 23, maybe just a shade above now with the absence of Wembanyama. Boyce puts it on the deck, drives inside. Richards. They get a lot of contact in there. Champagnie grabbing the miss. Here is Bryant. Explodes with the basket, left it short. Suns get the rebound on the miss. O'Neal finds Gillespie, spinning on the baseline. Kicks it out, open shooter. Whistle and a foul called down inside. That's going to be charged against Nick Richards as the starters will head back in here. Devin Booker, Mark Williams, Dillon Brooks all check back in for Phoenix as Goodwin. Oso will take a seat.
I mean, you look at the deficit right now of 9 points and you say, is this San Antonio or is it us? And I can honestly say Suns look in the mirror. They've missed a ton of shots at the rim.
Open threes as Sohan, though, spins inside. An easy slam. A certainly different team without Wembanyama. Gillespie crossing up Champagnie, gets to the baseline. He'll be bumped and fouled there by Olynyk. First team foul.
You know, it's just tough. As I always say, you know, it's always tough playing a team that doesn't have all their guys, especially their main guy. And you say you don't want to let down. You say you don't want to feel like, okay, we can get him. But you don't realize that in some ways is what you're doing, right? And so, but you wake up. And I think the Suns need to wake up here and understand that this team will beat you, regardless who they have out.
Well, they knocked off Atlanta after trailing early as Brooks able to get to the baseline turnaround. They put up a 46-point quarter, and that game was at Atlanta.
Yeah.
So they outscored Atlanta by 20 points in that second quarter and ultimately secured the victory, 135-126. Sohan inside. Suns try to tie him up. And now we're going to get another whistle and a foul. And, I mean, the fouls are... That is 10-5 in terms of fouls. The Spurs have already been to the free throw line 14 times. The Suns 6.
Well, this is bad luck on that one. I mean, Suns had inside position. The ball hit the rim twice. That'll allow Spurs to get the rebound.
Here is Vassell. Wanted that sidestep three, but Williams cut him off. He'll go to the baseline instead. Loose ball rebound. Who's going to get it? Barnes to the back tap. All the way into the backcourt. Sohan on the push. And now the fourth year here is Keldon Johnson. But an offensive foul is going to wave that one off.
Didn't really need to do it either.
Second personal on Keldon Johnson. And that's the guy the Suns would love to keep in check. Got a little clock reset. So 5:42. Suns trailing by 9 here. Booker gets the Brooks screen. Now they switch out Olynyk. And they'll get a travel on Dylan Brooks. First turnover of the night for Phoenix after a rough ride on Friday.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
He only had one turnover, but down. And again, the inability to make a shot. 32% from the field right now. Spurs at 52.
Spurs have fought back on the glass too. Their slight rebounding advantage, 22-20. Williams switching out on Olynyk. Long rebound, Booker there first. And Booker grabbed by Sohan, no whistle. Lob up top. Williams caps it off. Jones Garcia on the drive, blocked away by Booker and Williams. Sets up Brooks, right wing three. Connection. 4-point game, timeout Spurs.
There you go, the alley-oop. Make that defender at least give you attention. And then right there, wide open, Dylan Brooks for 3.
Phoenix, and it's time for our mortgage matchup right back here tomorrow night. And first matchup between the Villains' old club, the Houston Rockets. Alperen Şengün having another outstanding campaign. But again, if you joined us later, have not heard, no Kevin Durant. This would have been his first game back in a Rockets uniform. And certainly hope whatever is going on with KD's family, his personal family reasons. So
everything's okay.
Wish him well. And
we do know he doesn't miss basketball games.
He does not.
He's not injured. He would love to come back to this environment.
Yeah. Olynyk can't shake Brooks, no matter how many times he swings the ball back and forth. Just smothering defense. Keldon Johnson forced into a tough contested three. And there's a guy shooting 29% from downtown. Cashes it in. Back to a 7-point advantage. Looks way outside. Johnson defending. Dylan on that turnaround. Boy, and he has really just absolutely perfected that.
Upper body is so strong. I mean, he just knocks you backwards.
Johnson again, another big body. Jones Garcia swinging around. Shooter, Sohan. Off the mark, Olynyk able to grab the offensive glass. Vassell rising up from downtown. No. Another offensive rebound. Sohan back to Olynyk. And Brooks able to finally grab it for Phoenix. Booker coming back in transition. O'Neal takes a peek inside. That pass gets knocked away. Here comes Jones Garcia. Miller pass inside, Sohan.
Suns are doing not a good job getting back defensively and locating guys.
Yep.
2 or 3 times now in this game where guys have gotten layups because of bad communication.
Booker at mid-range. We got that early one to go down, but 1-7 start here so far for Book. Sohan inside. Good defense by Livers to knock it away. Loose ball. Booker scoops it up on the drive and gets into the defender Olenek, who's trying to argue that he's not shooting.
Yeah.
Second personal on Olenek.
I don't know how Olenek could even see if he was shooting. He was basically inside Devin's uniform.
Suns 5 of 6 from the line tonight. Spurs 12 of 14. Book shooting almost 90% on the season. As we get a message from our friends at Kia.
Spurs have turned it over 7 times. The Suns have only made them pay with 2 points. I mean, it's just a weird game so far.
Fox driving, kicks it across, throws it away to Brooks.
Mark Williams was a deterrent on that one.
And Brooks nearly gave it right back. Olenek playing the passing lane. There's a guy that would love to be in uniform. That's Rockets guard Fred VanVleet. Rockets off, and he is spectating tonight. Wish him well in his recovery.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge blow for the Rockets. Him getting injured. That's the one position they, other than KD and Şengün and Thompson, I mean, they just could not afford to lose. And so, but they've held their own.
You see the one-time chance. Champagnie on the attack. Can't get him. It grabs his miss. Here he's Fox sneaking to the baseline. Circles back around. Wow. Williams kept his feet on the ground.
Yeah, he didn't jump into the shooter. And so he came down on 2 feet without contact, and then Fox initiated it. So
Yeah,
it's all right.
That's a tough one.
Quick to blow the whistle on that one. Here it is, and he jumped. Look, he came down straight. And I just don't know. I mean, if you're going to call that a foul, please call all of them.
Well, yeah,
that means we'll be here till 2 in the morning.
That's the thing, yeah. Call all of them. That is 8 of 8 now for De'Aaron Fox. He's only got 1 field goal. He's only taken 2 shots. Makes it a 7-point game. As Williams out high. Booker trying to shake the defender. On the drive, spins inside on the fade, gets the touch.
It's going to go. I mean, he's had some tough luck on some misses over the last few games.
Fox on the drive, quick pull-up, good defense that time by Booker on the contest. Here comes Brooks, 90 seconds left in the half. Brooks driving, floating, won't get it. Champagnie with a rebound for San Antonio. Spurs coming in 11-4, Champagnie from the corner. And then a whistle and a foul on Booker. And Booker's shaking his head. Well, and look, when you're in that short corner, like it makes it so hard for the defender because not only does the shooter not have anywhere to go, you as a defender have nowhere to go.
But in saying that, right, you got to know as a defender that you can only get so close. And you know what? You pay the price because you weren't close enough at the beginning.
Right.
So you don't want to compound it.
Yeah.
It's almost like, you know, a guy gets out, you steal the ball, they throw it up, and the guy going to lay it up, and you come, you know, you run from behind and you hit him in the arm. Why? Like, if you're not going to stop him from scoring, why are you going to give him an extra point?
Yeah, like it's almost like you need to pretend there's an invisible barrier there, and you get to that line, and
that's it. And if he makes it, you say, I'll live to fight another day. I mean, you just don't want to compound it.
7-point game. One's offense trying to get on track. Booker on the drive inside. See if the Suns would get a couple more stops here. Barnes slipping baseline. Tough reverse. Great defense that time by Williams.
Yeah, just stayed there. Harrison Barnes, you make it, good for you.
Booker driving on Champagnie. Drives inside. And they're going to... And Booker arguing there was a foul on the drive of the basket. And coaching staff will listen to their star guard. Looks like we're going to get our first green light special of the night. You might get two different choices on who you call the foul against. Another angle of it. See, hand on the back. And then it was Vassell that hit him on top of the hand. So take your pick. Back in Secaucus at the Replay Center tonight, it's Aaron Smith, James Capers, Pat O'Connell, and Tyler Ricks reviewing all the replays. It becomes big for a number of reasons because, one, you get the free throw attempts. Clock is stopped. So the Suns would most certainly have at least one more possession, if not two.
Exactly.
The call on the floor stands as Booker is out of bounds when the ball hits his head. It will remain Spurs ball.
So there was no contact. So there's Vassell coming across the hand and the hand of the back of Booker. Well, that one's a mystery to me. Champagnie, quick trigger on the three. Too strong, no. Harrison Barnes leaps across for the offensive rebound.
Royce O'Neal watching. He had a block out on that one.
Fox driving baseline and able to get it up and over Williams. So the Suns will have to settle for potentially the last shot of the quarter. Down by 7. Fox with 13. The lead all scorers.
I'd rather Fox stay on Devin.
They've got a foul to give.
Oh, so I guess the only way they call a foul is if the San Antonio Spurs say I fouled him.
He had 2 dribbles after the contact before the whistle came. Like,
John Butler was not going to call the foul.
And if you know that as an offensive player, you would have started 2 seconds earlier.
Yes.
O'Neal will trigger the inbound.
I'm going right to the rim if I'm Devin.
Williams on the catch. Back to O'Neal. Royce on the drive. Final seconds of the quarter.
That's typical. I mean, that's how bad the Suns have been making buckets in the first half.
Tough first half, but only down by 7. Spurs in front at the break, 56-49. Stay tuned now for the Gila River Resorts and Casinos halftime report with Tom Leander and Tom Chambers. You're watching Phoenix Suns basketball on Arizona Family Sports.
Exclusive home of the Suns card. And by FanDuel Sportsbook. Play your game.
Halftime here inside the Mortgage Matchup Center. Spurs in town. They lead it by 7 at the break, 6:49, along with our Emmy Award-winning crew, our director, David Big Game Hunter Hughes, our producer, Brock Kraft, as we get a look at the game insights brought to you by Schwartz Laser Ice Center. Suns just could not buy a basket in that first half. Had so many point-blank looks. 12 more shots, 11 more shots than San Antonio.
Yeah, if that continues, I tend to believe the Suns will get their rhythm. But, you know, another way to get it is they got to get to the foul line. I mean, that's where San Antonio is in the lead in this game. They've just gotten to the foul line for, 16 out of 19 from the line. The Suns only 7 of 8. So that has to improve. But other than that, they just got to find the basket there. They're getting great shots.
Yeah, limited their turnovers, which was one of the things that, Achilles heel for them on Friday night before they were able to pull off the victory. But you got Devin Booker in 10 points, Dylan Brooks with 12, 13 for De'Aaron Fox. 8 of those 13, though, coming from the free throw line.
Yeah, and he's going to do that, right? So the key is obviously, when you're struggling with your shot, and he's been struggling over the last 2 games. His teammates got to get him open. Like, he's got to get some layups. He's got to get to the free throw line to just see that ball go through. I mean, I've been there, man. It's not a good feeling. And so somehow, some way, he's got to shake out of it.
Right. Before we get this third quarter started, let's send it over to Amanda for the BMW Coach Chat.
Booker and Dylan Brooks in double digits in scoring, but what adjustments are you looking to see from the team coming out in the second?
Yeah, we got to get more stops on the defensive end to allow us to play fast, going the other way, our pace, get our pace into the game.
Looking back at last game, you guys had a season-high 27 turnovers, only 2 in this game in the first half. How do you like the way that the team has taken better care of the ball out there?
Yeah, we're doing a good job taking care of it. Now we just got to make a couple on that end and get ourselves going in this game.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Amanda. Well, this is a Spurs team that, since going back to last season without Victor Wembanyama, they were 16-23, but so far, through the first 3 games of his absence, they're 3-0. Now, granted, they've played Sacramento, Memphis, but they did beat an Atlanta team that came in here and beat the Suns.
They're a very good team, so they're not going to get out of character. But, again, when you don't have Wembanyama, I mean, you got to feel good if you're the Suns to feel like you can seize control of this game.
There is Luke Cornett getting the starting nod at the center position, while Wembanyama remains sidelined for a few more weeks. Fox with a sidestep 3 on the way, able to knock it down. His second made 3. He's got 16 now for the game. He's averaged almost 22 points per game in his career against the Suns. Of course, 8 seasons in a Sacramento Kings uniform. Goodwin spots up in the corner, no. The Suns couldn't miss from 3 in the first meeting against these 2 clubs, with 4 of 18 so far in this one. San Antonio, though, just 5 of 17. Fox fighting for it. Goodwin forcing him. A tough contested shot, long rebound. Williams up the floor now to Goodwin. Jordan Goodwin getting the start tonight in place of Ryan Dunn, sidelined with a left wrist issue as Brooks can't connect on that one. We'll get a loose ball foul called down inside.
Yeah, Goodwin's a problem down there. Vassell knew that he had inside position, pushes him in the back. Look, if the Suns continue to just force it and just get aggressive, the calls even out.
Right.
And so that's what they have to do.
Quick trigger from O'Neal. Connects. 16 points Friday. It was his 12th game of the season with 3 or more made 3s. He's 2 of 3 here tonight. Fox on the drive, finds Cornett. Knocked out of his hands, but right back into the hands of Fox. Back outside, Champagnie. Cornett over the smaller Suns defender. Barnes Bissell from the corner.
You got to get Cornette out of there. If you're Mark Williams, you rebounding is off the market. Forget that. Just get him out of there, and the other guys have to get the rebound.
Back-to-back triples from the Suns. O'Neal, now Brooks.
You know, because as big as Mark Williams is, Cornette he's still looking up at him. He's got to root him out of there.
Yeah, Cornette listed at 7-1. That'll be an offensive foul as Barnes just running over, and Barnes does not dispute it. He goes, yeah.
I did.
Seemed like that was the intention.
But you know what? I wish a lot of players would do that. It goes a long way with officials.
Right.
If you just admit you did it.
Brooks gets a screen, lines it up. Back-to-back triples for number 3. And the villain glaring at the Spurs bench, prompting another San Antonio timeout. It's a 4-point game, 62-58 Spurs.
Dylan Brooks, give it to me. I'll take care of it. Screen on Colin Gillespie, because he will light you up. So what the defender's going to do? He's going to try to fight over the top. Okay, there you go. Oso said, come on. And once that happens, now Olynyk has an issue. Does he step up? He did. And then Oso rolls right to the rim. That's easy money right there when it's executed that well.
Yeah, Suns, by the way, a whopping plus 97 when he is on the floor. The combination of his offense and his defense. You know, even at this point into the season, going back to last season, opponents seem genuinely stunned by his defense and rebounding.
Yeah. It's just tough. I mean, it's all. I mean, it doesn't matter how big you are to rebound the ball. It's just how tough you are.
Fox way outside, 6 on the shot clock. Gets to the left hand. Good one.
Make him take the tough shot.
Harassing him, and tough it is. Williams fighting for the rebound. Looked like he was grabbed and held by Cornette, but still managed to gather it in.
Fox is not a great three-point shooter. So if you forcing him to do that, that's fine.
Williams on the attack. Challenged by Cornette, but stayed with it. Great job by the Suns big man.
Cornette did all he could, knowing he could not get the rebound.
Cornette puts it on the deck, a hard dribble. Looking to hand it off to Champagnie. Instead, nowhere to go. Back outside now to Fox.
Good on the ball defense, though, from Williams.
Fox on the drive. Goodwin got a hand up in his face. Yeah, Goodwin's another one when he is on the floor. Defense elevates. Williams inside with the payout pass. We're not at 62. That was one of the things that Jordan Ott talked about before the game tonight. Just his guys continuing to try to feed the Suns big man. 10-0 Phoenix run. You saw the shooting numbers much improved here to start the third for Phoenix. 6 on the shot clock. Fox defended by O'Neal. Deep 3 from Barnes. Off the mark, back tap. Suns have got it. Goodwin eyes up the floor, finds Booker. Got to sneak around baseline. Now Champagnie steps out on Booker defensively. On the drive and kick. Goodwin behind the stripe. Halfway down and out. Wow. Suns have not led since way back in the first. A brief lead of 4. Fox on the drive. Tied up. Suns nearly had the steal. Cornette inside, can't handle the pass.
Champagnie, he stepped inside the three-point line, and he thought he was in Serbia.
It's like the Bermuda Triangle. What is this?
What am I doing inside the line? I mean, he just started shaking. Look at that right there. Williams knew that he'd get an opportunity because he took Cornette out of it, and then just throw it up, let him take care of it.
And we've got a technical foul called on San Antonio. Looks like it on De'Aaron Fox, apparently. Fox sitting over there on the bench.
Well, you know, he said something, obviously, to Dylan over there, probably. I don't know.
No. Dylan inciting the wrath of a...
No, you're right. You're right. I apologize, Dylan. No way you would get inside the head of any player. No.
Much less get a verbal response. Booker driving past Sohan on the kick. Sets up O'Neal. Penny, quick pass up the floor now to Sohan. On the drive. Floater left short. Fights for the offensive glass. Able to gather the rebound. Brooks nearly knocked it out of his hands. Here's Vassell rising up for three. Got it. And we're going to get a loose ball foul called down inside. Shot is good. And boy, technicals coming from JB DeRosa fast and furious here. He called the one down on Fox, and so Royce with the double dip, personal and technical. Three points for Olynyk in his 10 minutes, now in his 13th season. Olynyk has bounced around the league a little bit the last few years. Had a strong finish last year. New Orleans averaged almost 11 points per game.
I love his game.
Yeah.
He just gives you exactly what he needs to give you.
Book rising up in the paint. Misses a shot, but gets the whistle and a foul on Sohan. That'll put Booker back at the line.
Well, I mean, look, San Antonio has gotten away with the aggressive nature with Devin, so they're going to continue it until they do blow the whistle.
Sohan continues the dialogue with the outside official, John Butler. First miss from the free throw line tonight for Booker. 5 of 6, 11 points. One and two. 3-point game. Spurs led by 11. Sohan on the drive and drug the pivot foot. Turnover San Antonio. That is their 11th.
It's only because he wasn't thinking about shooting. And so a lot of times when that happens, you're going to slide your feet. Because if he continued that way, he probably could have attempted a left-handed shot, but he knew Mark Williams was standing there.
Sohan missed the first 6 games of the season. Got a wrist sprain. O'Neal having to come way outside. Gathers, gets it back into the hands of Booker. Gillespie back on the floor now for the Suns. 5 on the shot clock.
Yeah, you got to hurry up.
Brooks sidestep, gets some separation. Got the shot away, but
yeah, just not really in rhythm on that possession. I don't know if that was the Spurs doing or the Suns just doing it.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of both. Well, this is a Spurs team as Vassell takes a tough contested 3 over Williams and knocks it down. But this is a San Antonio team. They're one of 3 teams as Gillespie walks into the triple and splashes it home. And San Antonio, one of 3 teams, top 8 in offensive and defensive rating. And certainly that takes a dip without Wembanyama. Champagnie unable to connect. San Antonio 8 of 25. Williams on the roll, glides inside.
That is a smart play. If he goes up with 2 hands, Olynyk blocks it from behind. And it lets you know how smart Mark Williams is out there on that floor, man. He does the right stuff.
Showing us on a nightly basis. Barnes double team. Vassell puts it on the deck. The drive inside, won't get the roll. Williams clears on the miss. His 9th rebound of the night. Across the floor. Booker up top to Williams. Punches it down. Took a shot to the head, looked like as well. And no whistle, no stop and play. And Williams still able to make it across midcourt, but doubled over.
Yeah, I mean.
And how is that not a foul?
That was not a foul.
That was a shot to the back of the head.
That's why I said I think the officiating has been a little inconsistent, I would say.
And Booker nearly grabbed by Sohan, rising up, and Booker brings the boom and brings them out of their seats for a Phoenix lead. Vassell on a tough drive in reverse.
I'm telling you, he was in a lot of traffic going on right there.
And I guess J.B. DeRosa came into the game with extra technicals to hand out tonight because
to get a quota. He's got to toughen up. He's got to toughen up. I mean, especially on a play like that. Like, you know, it was a delay of game, basically.
And that's all Dylan was trying to say is like, make the delay of game call.
Yeah, and he, you know, he's getting a little bit beside himself.
He's telling John Butler the same thing. .73 all. Gillespie on the drive, floats a pass, delivers, kicks it out to Booker. Rise and fire, rainbow connection. Booker swarming defense on Vassell. Williams on the closeout. Won't get that one. Back tap. Booker to Gillespie. Collin on the drive.
You know, Sean Wright's looking right at that play. All right, he's the one looking right at it.
John, 12-1 Phoenix run.
John Butler's the one that made the call, but good steal right there. Cut the angle off on Olynyk where he couldn't straight chase him down.
David Jones-Garcia on the floor. Now Gillespie gets a switch. Working on Olynyk. They clear the floor on that right side. Collin on the drive. Hangs inside. Oh, we thought we saw a little Steve Nash from the game winner the other night. That was another chapter.
No respect.
Olynyk tied up by Livers. May have gotten away with a travel. Here is Johnson. Olynyk looking left side of the floor, nowhere to go. Puts it on the deck, drives inside. Tipped out, controlled by Livers. Isaiah Livers continues to give the Suns solid minutes off the bench. Williams inside, gets it up with the finish and the foul. Big man bowling.
And I love the fact Mark Williams got down the court. And sometimes you got to force guys to give you the ball. See, that's a force me, give me the ball.
Right.
Because he ran down to the block. He was inside the paint, got his hands up. You don't throw the ball to him, then they got to say something to you. You know, like Mark Williams is normally a quiet guy, but you got to reward a guy when he does that.
Can't get the free throw, scramble for the loose ball, but it's Keldon Johnson who's able to pluck it away. Trying to get it in the hands of Fox. He controls outside. He's got 16. Leads a San Antonio scoring attack. Right wing three on the way. Again, Keldon Johnson has not been a high volume three-point shooter 29% of the season, but his second made tonight.
But he's not afraid to shoot.
Right.
And that's why you have to respect him.
Booker getting out of that tight dribble. Now pulls Sohan back outside. We're the two-man game with Williams. Swings it across the Livers. Bobbled. 3 on the shot clock here for Gillespie. Looking for separation. Livers got to let it go. Just gets it out of his hands. Got it on the iron at least as Johnson grabs the rebound. Sohan trying to back down on Booker. Across the lane. Jones Garcia will take a look at the three. Won't get it. Rebound, Sohan gathers. Inside, Williams goes up for the block and will get hit with the personal foul. Timeout on the floor, 2:08 to go in the third.
Take the big guy to the hoop. Yeah, just great unselfish play here. That's all you say. And the ball moved around, it found Devin, and then the high percentage opportunity to Marvin Williams. Just giving him a little bit of that sugar, man. That's what helps. You know, that makes him focus even more on the other end.
24 minutes tonight for the Suns' big man. Of course, before the game tonight, everybody was inquiring about his availability tomorrow night. Has not played in a back-to-back yet this season. And Jordan Ott, not so much non-committal, but he just said, look, we have a plan. Part of it will be based on minutes played tonight, how Mark feels tomorrow. But they are really taking the long view approach with all these guys, with all the injuries, and certainly in Mark's situation.
Yeah, you can't just get off the tracks in that regard. And so I understand it's a disappointment because Houston is so big.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to be with KD, so obviously that's a bonus for the Suns. But still, they got some long guys on that team still. And so it's going to be an effort to really rebound the basketball.
Sohan getting 1 of 2. And so Iguodaro out there. Sohan a little overzealous with the defense. He'll be hit with the personal foul. Number 3 on Sohan. That gets the Suns to the free throw line with 2:01 to go here. 17 points for Booker. Get a message from our friends at Carl's Jr.
You know Carl's Jr.'s Western Bacon Cheeseburger. Have you tangled with spicy Western bacon?
There is another Kentucky guard in year 9, De'Aaron Fox. Fournette working out high. Hands off to Jones Garcia. On the drive, cut off by Livers. Jammed him up with a steal. Booker up the floor. And he's bounced there by Jones Garcia, not once but twice, and still no whistle. Livers on the 3 ball. Jones Garcia got a piece of it. Fox able to dribble through traffic on the scoop pass to Cornette. Looking inside again. Livers with great defense, but Jones Garcia lurking from behind gets the steal. And Gillespie says, no, I got this one. And Goodwin with a rim run.
Man, that's so many exchanges. The scorekeeper went crazy.
Turnover who or turnover you? Fox taking a look inside, nothing there. Jones Garcia with the ball fake. Sidestep, swings it right wing to Johnson. No. Jones Garcia, offensive glass work. Can't get the roll. Body for the offensive glass. Here's Keldon Johnson. He's just been a menace against the Suns in games past. He had 19 in the first meeting. Suns have kept him in check thus far, but that is his 5th rebound. Straightaway 3 for Booker. Yes. Second made 3 of the night. Suns matching their biggest lead now at 7. Spurs have led by as many as 11 going back to the first half. Got an 8.5-second differential between shot and game clock. Fox with Gillespie on him. 5 on the shot clock. On the drive. And we'll get the whistle and the foul with 3 on the shot clock.
Yeah, he just has an uncanny ability to get in there and create friction.
Well, and you know, we say it all the time, like, you know, James Harden wants to get to his left hand. This guy's the same way. You know he wants to get to his left, and try as you might, you find yourself position with him having the ball in his left.
Yeah, he just knows how to just change angles despite driving to his left. You're cutting him off.
Right.
He just detours and kind of Euro steps a little bit and goes right back to his right. And that's where he draws the contact.
First miss of the night from the free throw line. 9 of 10. Booker working on Champagnie. Final seconds. Got to get his shot away. Good one. Lets it fly. And we have completed 3 here in downtown Phoenix. Suns with a strong third quarter move in front as we head into the fourth. 86-80. You're watching Phoenix Suns basketball on Arizona's Family Sports. By Metro by T-Mobile. You see Devin Booker finding his shooting stroke there in that third quarter. De'Aaron Fox leading the Spurs scoring attack. Shooting has improved for the Suns, falling off. And you look at this Phoenix offense, especially in the third quarter, they are among the top 3 in third quarter offenses. As Gillespie squares and fires, can't connect on that one.
Great look.
Suns 61% from the field in that third quarter to just underscore that stat. Nuggets are number 1, Knicks 2, Suns are 3. Here is Fox. In and out, loose ball rebound. That'll be charged on Oso Ighodaro.
It's amazing how these big guys just fall when you touch them. I'm serious. This dude's a mountain.
7'1", 260.
He just falls.
Spurs trying to get their inbound play set here. Champagnie trying to get into the hands of Cornette. Does so.
Great switch right there.
Yeah.
All he wanted was the 3.
Champagnie forced to put it on the deck. Oso challenging, forces the miss. Great help defense that time by Ighodaro. Gillespie able to generate the reach-in foul called on Fox, just his second. Final meeting of the regular season here in Phoenix against these two clubs. The next two will be in San Antonio. Gillespie on the drive, finds it cutting Livers. And that pass is knocked away, so Suns maintain possession, 10 on the shot clock. Carter Bryant, the rookie, out there on the floor for San Antonio, along with Cornette, Barnes, and Champagnie and Fox. Goodwin takes the handoff, squares and fires for 3. Splash down. Goody got it.
He knew Harrison Barnes was chasing him, but he felt he had the distance to be able to get a clear look, and he did.
That is 6 straight games of 10 or more for Jordan Goodwin. And the Suns with their biggest lead now of the night at 9. Barnes on the drive.
Nice move. He
just a silky smooth veteran in year 14.
Slowed his tempo down just to let Oso jump too soon.
Oso backdoor cut, Gillespie. Well, and going back to that third quarter here, the first few trips in the fourth, the Suns spacing and movement much better than what we saw. It looked like they really got kind of clogged up and tightened up in that first half.
And confidence too. I think confidence is lifting up a little bit as well. They're seeing the ball go in the bucket, and now they're hesitant to do certain things out there on the floor. I mean, it's pretty much switched here. I mean, San Antonio's down below 40% for the game. Suns are rising at about 44.
Fox back at the line. He spent a fair amount of time there tonight.
Yeah, that's a tough shot. You got a guy running at your shooting hand that close to keep that concentration. And then again, love to see the Suns do more of this, especially when teams are overplaying them. And with Oso on the floor, especially, and that's what he's looking for.
And last 5 games, Jordan Goodwin averaging just over 12 points per game, almost 6.5 rebounds, not quite 2 steals. His 5th year now. Brooks on the drive, tied up by Bryant. Brooks won't be the beneficiary of the whistle, but there's some of that rebounding action from Jordan Goodwin. Look, guess what? That is rebound number 10, a double-double, first of the season for Goody.
Make the Aaron Fox pay. That's what you do. Take him in there and just out-muscle him.
Gillespie driving, season opening. Has that one blocked away as Vassell using his length to get a piece of that one. Here is Sohan. Hung up in the air, nowhere to go, but he does find Bryant. Back outside now to Vassell. Fox back to Vassell. Hey, Dylan Brooks is asking Sean Wright, saying, just make the same call on the other end. Brooks was bodied up 3 times going into the paint without a whistle. Sohan trying to get it in the hands of Barnes. Able to do so. Barnes driving. A great contest that time by Oso to force the miss. Back to Gillespie. Thought about the 3. He says, well, you're not going to cover me? Guess what? Oh!
How are you going to do that? I mean, really? Colin, like, I'm all alone.
The big fella.
Again, just really the spacing is great with Mark Williams. He waited, and then right there, just get it to him for the easy layup, and then over the top. And he's gotten them in a number of ways tonight. And one of his most solid offensive games he's had in a bit. You know he's going to shoot a high percentage. I mean, 6 of 8 for the game.
Sohan trying to hand it off to Johnson again. Good switching Phoenix defense. Johnson forced out of his hand. Barnes on the drive. Jump pass outside. Johnson swings the pass. Champagnie gets a look from the corner.
That's the one thing. Yeah. Like, I don't know who rotated off of him over there, but no, you don't leave that guy. He stations himself right in that very spot.
And just his 2nd made 3, but as we said, it is a guy that 77% of his offense comes behind the stripe, but Dylan Brooks is going to take him into the baseline torture chamber. Brooks with another 20-point night. Champagnie forced out of his hands. Vassell looking for help. Gets his screen in the switch. Great defense by Gillespie, knocking it off the foot of Johnson.
But they could never get it going. I mean, they were just on the perimeter, just moving back and forth. Now, without De'Aaron Fox out there, you know, this group that's out there for San Antonio, who is really their point guard. Now,
right.
Sohan is probably the guy, but he's not a penetrating guy and kick the ball.
Brooks crossing him up, spins inside. Back into the hands of Gillespie. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Gillespie sneaks inside with a left-hand finish.
He's strong, and I think that's the undervalue that you don't talk about with him, is that you can't push him around.
15 for Gillespie. Johnson puts it on the deck. Jumps the pass out, stolen away. Iguodaro again. Boy, Oso has given him great defensive minutes, especially here.
Yeah, this group has been really good.
Closing in, 7 minutes to go. A lot of basketball to be played. Suns are their biggest lead. Brooks outside. 5 on the shot clock. On the drive inside. And bad possession there for Phoenix. Barnes on the drive. Tried to slow step it. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Iguodala.
Jordan Goodwin didn't give up on the play. Harrison Barnes beat him on the dribble. He chased it. That's great defense there. Also stopped him from getting all the way, and Jordan Goodwin running from behind flicked it away.
2 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds for Oso in his 17 minutes tonight. But that stretch of defense is best of the evening. Came at a perfect time. Sell double team, gets it out of the hands into Cornette's hands. 5 on the shot clock. Williams stepping out on Johnson, forces a high arching 3 and somehow still managed to get it in.
Yeah, that's a tough shot.
I mean,
but again, as we used to say with Chris Paul, big guys on you make you do what? Get good arc on it.
He was 3 of 5, part of his 25-point outburst Thursday night. Booker left all alone. Squares, fires, won't get that one. Brooks fighting for the loose ball rebound. It's Fox who pulls it away, and then a collision moving up the floor with Gillespie.
You know, one of the things that when I looked at film, when I would really get into a shooting slump, was I find myself swaying. Like I normally up and down straight, right? Or a little bit in front. And with Devin now, because, you know, he's wanting it to go in, he's struggling a little bit, he's kind of swaying on his jump shot. And that's correctable.
That's what I must have done on the free throw. I was swaying. Fox with the pull up in the paint. He's got 21. And that will prompt a Phoenix timeout. 100-91. Suns in front. 3 to go here in the fourth quarter. And this Make You Smile moment brought to you by Studio B Smiles.
Yeah, Jordan Goodwin, unbelievable game from him. Just the physical part and just getting to his spots. His confidence is just sky high right now. And you talk about a 6-man off the bench. He and Colin, they're going against each other right now. And the strength in his rebounding has been huge.
Yeah, I think everybody was curious with Ryan sitting out tonight with the left wrist injury, who would start. Goody got the start tonight. First of the season here, started 5 for LA at the 37th career start. And as you saw, first double-double of the season, just the 5th of his career. Booker on the drive, cut off there by Barnes. Now gets it back from Brooks. O'Neal sets up the flyby on Fox, lines it up, knocks it down. Royce. A 13th game this season, and he's got 3 or more made threes. Cornette nearly had it stripped out of his hands by Williams. Johnson on the drive with the floater.
I talked about him. He and Vassell, those are guys right there that they're going to count on to score here in the last 5 minutes.
Johnson, another Kentucky alum, now in his 7th season. Big body, but smooth player. Brooks inside over Cornette, but couldn't get it.
Yeah, Brooks didn't see Cornette. Got too close inside. Should have known that he was going to be lurking.
Vassell driving. Williams forcing the miss. A double-double for the big fella. That's his 5th. Booker taking a peek inside, working on Barnes again. Fading on the 3. Yes, sir. That pass deflected back into the hands of Cornette. Sets up Fox and was able to get Goodwin up in the air. Tried to avoid the contact, but Fox, ever so crafty, was able to get the whistle and a foul.
Yeah, but if you're Jordan Goodwin, like, go ahead, De'Aaron Fox, shoot it. Like, he's not a great three-point shooter, and so that's what you want to give him.
Yeah, because you don't want him here where he's 11 of 12. 22 now for Fox. As we mentioned, the Suns right back here tomorrow night. They'll take on the Rockets. It's a 7:30 tip. Don't miss the action live from Mortgage Matchup Center. Get your seats at suns.com/ticks. Fortunately, inside the line, so not 3 from the free throw line for Fox. 13 of 14. They've been to the free throw line twice as much as Phoenix. They are 25 of 30. The Suns are 10 of 14.
San Antonio, I think, helping the Suns by getting into a zone. Suns can just work some time off of the clock.
Booker on the drive, kicks it out to Brooks. Deep 3 on the way. Yes! A little backpedal for the villain. 23. Timeout. San Antonio.
Dylan Brooks, ladies and gentlemen, he got some offense.
Gifts and get 2 free tickets to either January 25th, February 7th, or February 11th. Learn more now at suns.com/promos. Spurs call the timeout with the Suns getting their biggest lead of the night now. First of 4 straight on the road against Western Conference teams for San Antonio. Barnes off running right-hand hook over the Suns big man. That's a thing of beauty.
I thought he was going to go glass. He went Kareem type stuff.
That was the vintage sky hook. Booker drawing the double team. Crossing out of Brooks. Dillon working on Fox outside to O'Neal. 6 on the shot clock. Vassell stepping out on Booker. Gets back to the left hand. Drives, gets contact on the fade. Got the shot off the iron. Williams stretching out. Grabbing the loose ball rebound. Booker got raked across the face, says Jordan Knott to JB DeRosa. Pull up. Brooks.
Gee, I mean, look. Hey, I'm a believer.
Well, if you're not believing now, as a jump pass by Johnson thrown out of bounds for a San Antonio turnover. That is their 18th turnover. Suns, meanwhile, 3 turnovers.
And that's what kept them in the game.
Yeah. When they were shooting 32% in the first half.
The lack of taking care of the ball kept them in the game.
And their defense, and it's been their calling card during this recent stretch. That ball knocked out of the hands of Booker. Vassell hits the gas.
Now, you know, look, I'm sure a lot of people, not just Suns fans, around the country, they're surprised at what Dillon Brooks is doing offensively. And I just want people just to remind them, you know, just go to Basketball Reference or wherever, and you just look early on in his career.
Yeah.
He was very aggressive as a scorer. But the unselfishness of him, he allowed himself to change the way he played on certain teams he was on.
Yeah, between year 3 and 4 is when it really started to change. What he was being asked to do.
To do other things and not be as aggressive offensively. And coming here, and a lot of it because of the injury to Jalen Green. He was forced to have to be aggressive offensively, and now it's pristine.
Well, as we said, he has been unlocked. The shackles have been taken off. Under 2.5 to go. Suns trying to pick up their 8th win here on the home floor. Booker waiting for the double team. Draws it, finds Brooks. 3 in the shot clock. High arching 3 on the way, no. Back tap, scramble for it. Champagnie pulls it away for San Antonio. Gillespie nearly got the steal there in the backcourt. Up to Vassell. And Fox runs the floor and gets the payoff pass. San Antonio's going to pick up full court pressure now. The Suns have got to be ready. Goodwin left wide open, but recognized how much time was on the shot clock.
It's about clock right now, but you don't want to have to force shots. So you got to go here.
Skip pass across the floor. Goodwin, ball fake on the drive. Quick pull up at the face of Johnson. No, long rebound. Brooks. And we're going to get a loose ball foul called inside on San Antonio. Well, that's the first whistle against San Antonio in a while. Just their second team foul. Meanwhile, the Suns have been in the penalty for 4.5 minutes. Suns are going to go small for this offensive possession here.
I think a lot of getting Mark Williams out right now is to buy him an extra minute 36, knowing that maybe he could be in uniform tonight.
Quick timeout. O'Neal, that clock going off in his head. We'll keep it here.
Okay, well, yeah. K-Ray, I'm going to take a break down now.
All right. Oh, you're not taking a break. You're giving us a breakdown.
We're going to get a great, this is earlier before the game. Look at Kevin Ray. Kevin Ray right now. Look.
Oh, wow.
His vision is perfect. He's in the middle, but I think the right arm.
The right elbow.
I think the shirt, it looked like the shirt was a little tight. I mean, you see, watch how your shirt grabs your arm and it snatches it out. But you put a little jump shot on it, too. You kind of, now you can't do it, you can't get another one. But, you know, it's okay.
I did not do as proud. I did the best I could, you know.
Listen, I'm going to sit over here and I'm going to be honest. I haven't shot a basketball in I don't know how long. Okay? And they asked me to do it before the game.
Right.
And I was a little stiff. So I turned it down.
Well, I assumed since I got the call late this afternoon that there was more than a few people that had declined it. And I said, okay, whatever. Let's just go do it.
And you stood up. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to do it sooner or later.
Yeah.
But I might honor you and miss to the left.
I will say, I'm stunned, and I say this facetiously, how many coaches I've bumped into, you know,
since you did it.
Since I did it.
Yeah, and you know what?
Everybody's told me like what I did wrong and how could you miss that? I was just like,
and every one of them will go out there and shoot an air ball. It's a different animal when you get out there. You can sit in your seat and be an analyst, but it's a different story.
I'll step into the fire. Sometimes you come unscathed. Sometimes you get burned. So we'll take one for the team. Eight on the shot clock. Champagny defending Booker. Glides inside. Too strong with the left hand. I think he was anticipating contact, perhaps. Fox on the crossover. He thought about the three. This guy won't think about it. He'll shoot it. Won't get it. Booker fights off Barnes for the rebound. Up the floor now to Gillespie.
He's got to get out of those corners for Gillespie. He's getting in the middle of the floor.
Gillespie draws the double team. Back to Booker. Now the double team comes. Time to shoot. Dillon says, give it to me. That one off the mark. Into the hands of Fox. A 9-point game here. Suns know all too well what's possible in 50 seconds. As Fox again able to drive inside. We'll get the whistle and a foul.
He's one of the best in the league at doing what he just did. He'll drive past you, and then he jumps backwards. And you can't say that he's, that's illegal. Who knows how he wants to shoot the ball, right? He's in front of you, so it doesn't matter. So you have to put on the brakes when he jumps in front of you because he is going to stop. No, look like Kevin Ray. Matter of fact, yours at least got past the rim. His didn't. So I give you a higher grade.
Suns fans are hungry. Fox won't oblige. He gets 1 of 2.
It's not nice.
16 free throw attempts tonight for Fox. He's been to the free throw line more than the Suns have.
Yeah.
The Suns with 14 free throw attempts. As Booker lost the handle, and Phoenix turnover. 8-point game here. 44 seconds left.
Yeah, it shouldn't be no hurry to push it up. Like, just get it because they're desperate. Space the floor.
Fox with a handoff to Vassell. Turns the corner, drives inside. Brooks got a piece of it. Back tap into the hands of Gillespie. Collin racing up the floor. And he'll wisely circle back around. Back into the hands of Booker. And then Booker's going to be grabbed and fouled there by Barnes. Boy, big defensive play that time for Dillon Brooks. Suns finally get themselves to the charity stripe here. 23 points tonight for Booker, 7 assists, 25 for Dylan Brooks. Double-double from Suns big man and Jordan Goodwin, but Book.
I mean, that's what happens. He'll wind up still shooting high 80s from the free throw line by the end of the season. Just go through stretches, man. You just can't figure it out. He's got to get in the gym and just keep working on it and get your rhythm back.
1 of 2. Johnson and the Spurs call the timeout. 111, 102, 26.8 left. Suns in front of the Spurs. 26.8 remaining. Suns down by 11 in the first half. But offense came to life in the third quarter and carried over here in the fourth.
They started hitting some shots.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought defensively they were fine. They were in the game based on their defense and not turning it over. Just needed to start hitting some shots, and you had to believe that they were going to find the bottom of the net.
Penny will inbound to Barnes, try to spin baseline. Great defense that time by Goodwin. Champagnie fires a contested 3. Long rebound, Booker.
Yeah, they're going to wave the white flag.
Spurs will not foul, and the Suns will lock down their 8th home win of the season. They'll go to 11-6 overall, and they will have taken down the Spurs twice this season. (111-102). Another terrific come-from-behind win for Phoenix. Amanda's going to catch up with Goody. A double-double, first this season, 5th of his career. Part of a 15-point, 10-rebound, 3-assist night, throwing a steal for good measure. 15 points off the bench for Colin Gillespie. Let's swing it over to Amanda.
Goody, you got the start tonight, recorded your first double-double of the season, 5th of your career. How were you able to make such an easy transition into that starting group?
Just wanted they're playing hard. Hell yeah, my boy. Just going out there playing hard, just being myself. So, yeah, pretty much.
I know this team, you guys have the dog mentality. You're always talking, always communicating. Coach Ott said you're really the spirit of the team. What were you saying to get the guys going tonight?
Just tell them, like, just the main objective is to win the game. By 1 point, half a point. So a little slow start in the first half, but I feel like our fight continued. And my job is to bring energy. So I try to bring that out at halftime and make sure everybody's part with me.
You look at that fight, things really changed there in the third quarter, outscoring them 37-24. What created that turnaround?
Our culture, just staying together, being physical, taking our shots, and just playing fast and being aggressive.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Goody got it, a double-double. The Suns with 2 20-point scores, 2 double-doubles, and they come through with the victory, 111-102. Next Suns game right here tomorrow when the Rockets come to town. That is a 7:30 tip time. Our next broadcast right here on Arizona's Family coming your way Wednesday as the Suns continue NBA Cup action in Sacramento against the Kings. Suns game time gets things started at 7:30 p.m. for our entire Emmy Award-winning crew. Jeff Stanlis on stats, Sheila Simpson, stage manager, our director, David Big Game Hunter Hughes, our producer, Brock Kraft, Amanda Flugrad, the smooth shooter, Eddie Johnson. I'm Kevin Ray saying so long, good night from downtown Phoenix. Now stay tuned for Suns Game Time post game sponsored by Sweet James with your hosts, Tom Leander and Tom Chambers.